prime time on Equinoxe Television, live from Equinoxe Central News Desk in Douala, Cameroon. For me, I'm strong as Sanda. Coming up, police and gendarmerie elements in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé, have thwarted the core of teachers on their itinerary that massively turned out today in Yaoundé to pay homage to their colleagues slain. The colleagues Njone Chakunte was stabbed and killed by a student of government bilingual high school in Kobison in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. And also in this newscast, we capture images of a special campaigner, a campaigner not like any other in Kumba, chief town of the Meme Division, southwest region of Cameroon, as days narrow to February the 9th, municipal and legislative elections across Cameroon. Those are the top stories. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Police and gendarmerie elements have thwarted the itinerary of the teaching corps that massively turned out in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé, to pay homage to a slain teacher. Njone Chakunte was stabbed and killed by a student of government bilingual high school in Kobison in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. Immaculate Fogwe was in Yaoundé, captured the event, and presents the following report.
The teaching corps, alongside family, friends and other Cameroonians, and grief as they partake in the removal of the corpse of Juni Chakunte Boris, a mathematics teacher at Government Technical School Kobison in Yaoundé. In response to a call made by the National Syndicate of Teachers, teachers turned out in their numbers to pay their last respect to their colleague. Plans of carrying the corpse of their colleague from the mortuary to the Ministry of Secondary Education, the Higher Teachers Training College, and finally to the church, where the spiritual part of the honors were to be given, were disrupted by security officials who stopped them from moving to these places. The teachers were equally refused access to view the mortal remains of their late colleague, a situation which made them very angry.
We want to see our colleagues back. We want to see his.
We came here in peace. Let them leave us to bury our colleague in peace. This body won't be taken out of here without us seeing his mortal remains. His mother gave us the permission to do so. Johnny Chakunte Boris was stabbed by his 15-year-old student on Thursday, January 16, 2020.
For several days, the city of Douala in most parts have been witnessing epileptic electricity supply. The electricity distribution company accused for failing its clients complained of a drop in the financial dues of clients in Cameroon, and equally the lack of electric poles that are normally exploited in the conflict-hit northwest region of Cameroon. According to the institution, the Anglophone crisis has made it difficult for them to get electric poles to replace the worn-out electric poles in the city of Douala. Innocent tells us more in the following report.
For some time now, the economic capital Douala has witnessed some of its quarters like Bepanda, Daido, Aqua, Bonanjo, Bonaberi, Industrial Zone, to mention but these, plunged in prolonged darkness.
On ne peut plus rien faire du tout. Vous vous levez comme ça, dès que vous asseyez au bureau, pop, c'est parti. Vous faites quoi?
Social and economic consequences, according to the affected populations, cannot be undermined.
On a constamment des odeurs de brûler tout autour de la maison. Il faut vérifier, est-ce que quelque chose n'a pas pris feu?
Some complain of difficulties faced by their children to study.
Et franchement, il faut que les gars regardent bien ce problème-là.
Business activities hampered.
Nous sommes là, nous acceptons avec philosophie, espérant qu'un jour ça va changer.
And also deplorable living condition, especially at night when there is power outage.
Ce soir, j'ai passé une bonne partie de la soirée dans mon jardin. On ne peut pas entrer dans la maison.
les populations ne peuvent pas faire une semaine, 2 semaines.
Their health, he says, is threatened by the harsh climatic condition this dry season, coupled with malaria-giving mosquitoes due to lack of electricity for ventilation.
Paye les factures régulièrement.
He adds, bills are regularly paid, which warrant better living conditions of inhabitants.
Je dirais que c'est insuffisant.
According to a response from Equinoxe, the electricity production and distribution company, scarcity of wood poles for repairs account for prolonged power cuts. The company stresses the security situation in the northwest region from where they get all their raw materials. Pole production has dropped by over 90%, making their works challenging.
Ils ont annoncé, ils ont des difficultés financières. Mais si Equinoxe a des difficultés financières.
Another reason advanced by Equinoxe is the declining financial situation of the company, generating from huge unpaid bills. This, they say, prevents them from honoring all their commitments to suppliers. To the Equinoxe personnel, they have contacted public authorities through the ministry in charge of forest, which has given its agreement in principle for the sustainable exploitation of some eucalyptus reserves in the west region. While pending the completion of this option, the company highlights it is in the process of deploying its mixed pole strategy, which consists reintroducing concrete and metal poles alongside wood poles. Also that the company has engaged 6 local companies for the manufacture of concrete poles in order to strengthen and secure the electricity network.
Il faut que quelque chose soit fait au niveau du gouvernement. Et là, j'interpelle le gouvernement, il faut agir avant qu'il ne soit trop tard.
The affected populations in Douala have crossed their arms, awaiting the situation be normalized in the shortest time possible, so as to live healthy and run their businesses smoothly.
9 February 2020 municipal and legislative elections across Cameroon. We captured images of a special campaigner in the city of Kumba, which is the chief town of the Meme Division, southwest region of Cameroon. Discover the campaigner not like others in this report done by Immaculate Fogwe. And of course, we are taking you to the Meme Division of the southwest region of Cameroon to get you understand and watch images of a special campaigner, a campaigner not like others in the chief town of the Meme Division ahead of the 9 February municipal and legislative elections across Cameroon as days narrow to the D-Day.
Wednesday night in Kumba 1 subdivision, Meme Division, southwest region of Cameroon. A supporter of the Social Democratic Front, SDF party, braves the security challenges in the crisis-hit region and goes campaigning for candidates of John Frundi's party ahead of the municipal and legislative elections. With a speaker and microphone, he sends his message across. Despite the opposition from some Kumba city dwellers, he continues canvassing for votes for municipal and legislative candidates of the SDF party.
For the Social Democratic Front political party legislative list in Vorisant, that is in the littoral region of Cameroon, is confident that SDF will be backing home the seat. Honorable O.C. Joshua was speaking confidently at the Besenge neighborhood of the city of Douala. Simadjikan Gabriel was there, came back with the following report.
The Social Democratic Front Party's candidate for the legislative election for Uri Center adopts night gathering to convince the people of his area of jurisdiction to vote for him. We are asking you to send us back to the council At Besenge, the SDF candidate says it's time for the population to wake up. Douala 1 has always participated in elections since 1992. We are aware and confident that they will vote for us to enable Douala 1 become the real economic capital of the country. The campaign, which is geared at getting closer to his people, according to the leader of the SDF list for Uri Center, he wants to return to the National Assembly to complete what he had already started. At the level of the National Assembly, the fight will continue. You know, we are fighting for more youth employment, decent working environment, and a befitting place for women in our society. Talking about the municipal election, the head of the SDF list is promising to bring long-lasting solutions to problems that are faced by the people in general and Besenge in particular. There are problems of hygiene and sanitation, lighting and drinking water, and a lot of others that we shall handle if voted within the next 5 years. The day ended with the people of Besenge promising 100% vote for the SDF party as they all left satisfied at the end of the gathering.
And the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement's political party in Kumba in the Meme Division Southwest region of Cameroon is determined to kick out the Social Democratic Front after what they qualify as 20 years of failure. The CPDM is determined to carry every seat, be it the legislative or the municipal, in the Kumba or the Kumba, that's Meme Division, and Kumba in particular. Babila Jonathan tells us more in the following report.
Can we pray? We thank you, Father.
Prayer. The national anthem. Cultural demonstration. Anti-SDF speeches.
I do not know. We have a parliamentarian, an SDF parliamentarian here in Kumba Urban. I do not know what gestures she has shown to Meme 1A, Meme 1B or Meme 1C.
Speeches to galvanize militants, supporters and sympathizers of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM political party.
We must take that council in Kumba 3. We must, together with the parliamentary candidates, we will change the structure of Kumba Central. Kumba Central will never be the same again.
All of these for one target, Kumba and the Meme Division in all dimensions for the CPDM. The CPDM campaign team in the Meme Division has been on the ground holding meetings in the Kumba City Council Hall and using other strategies to grab all the parliamentary seats and councils in that part of the crisis-hit southwest region of Cameroon.
As a candidate and as a section president, together with the communal presidents and leaders, we want to embark on a door-to-door approach, meet the people in their closets because of the security constraints that we have, meet the people in their closets. We want to avoid public rallies in quotes.
Legislative candidate for Meme Urban Constituency, Tabot Lawson says, after close to 2 decades, the CPDM must kick out the Social Democratic Front.
I am out to defend the interests of my people and not the party. I want to tell you that I have been doing that long ago, even before becoming section president. I have always come out to stand for the right of the common man, the less privileged, the oppressed. I've always challenged that it should be better for them. And I think this is the right time. The CPDM party, which I stand to carry their colors, we have lost the parliamentary seat for almost 20 years. And this time around,
he urged inhabitants of the Meme Division to overcome security threats and come out in their numbers to vote for him and his comrades February 9.
We must go into a crusade and make sure that we win.
And in the northwest region, inhabitants of Santa subdivision of the Mezam division have expressed their desire to see their subdivision have better roads, portable water, not minding the political party that grabs the municipal and legislative seats in that part of the region. Their worries were expressed at Matazem by the section president of the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement's political party during the launch of the CPTM campaigns in Santa subdivision. Our Baminda-based correspondent Bustela was in Santa, came back with the following report.
Rallying behind their section president Tumfofru Jonathan, the population of Santa came out as one man, defiling ghost town on election boycott, first to welcome Jean Kwete, Secretary General of the CPDM, on his way to Bamenda and to pledge their support for their candidates at the legislative and municipal elections coming up on February 9th, 2020. Santa is strategically located at the entrance into the northwest from the west region. The Santa man believes they deserve better road networks, infrastructure, potable water, electricity, among others. The aspirants believe this could be achieved if they are voted into office.
There will be no idleness, job creation, creativity will come to play, education will become productive, and there is nothing we are going to talk about the theoretical production in Santa. We'll go into a system where the children know how to do. They'll be able to tell you what they can do, not what they have as certificates.
The subdivision is noted for the production of Irish potatoes and vegetables, with markets as far as Gabon and Equatorial Guinea. The inhabitants, who prefer speaking off record, told this reporter that their greatest wish will be to see their farm-to-market roads maintained, no matter the political party that finally wins.
And that report from Bustela in Bamida brings us to the end of the first part of the news. Coming up, our special page on the 9th February municipal and legislative elections. Thanks for staying with us, ladies and gentlemen. We are receiving Madam Tambe Mary Agbo-Sangaya, who is a member of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement's political party, an alternate parliamentary candidate for Vuri West, that's in the littoral region of Cameroon, under the banner of the CPTM political party. Madam, thanks for joining us on this special page.
Thank you very much.
You are running for Vuri West as an alternate candidate.
Yes.
And you're fighting to get the seat from a party that is the Social Democratic Front political party that is currently keeping that position.
Yes.
What are you proposing to the people that will make them change their minds from the mindset they had in 2013 while handing power to the Social Democratic Front Party?
I want to thank, first of all, the Equinoxe Radio Television for giving me this opportunity to come here this evening to express myself and that of our political party, the CPDM, which is headed by our national president, President Paul Biya. I want to say the truth is bitter, but it must be spoken, because I have been in Douala for 22 years and I've never heard about a parliamentarian in Douala. Whether it is being SDF or any other political party, I've never heard about it.
In Douala?
In Wuri West, in Wuri West in particular.
You've never heard?
I've never heard about it. As I can say, I discovered him all about last week. I have never known him before because I don't see what they have done as SDF. So I believe that we have all the opportunity to go in for this election and we're going to make it as CPDM.
You said they've not been active in the field?
Nobody knows him. We've gone around, we are doing our campaign and nobody knows him. I only know him as Mr. Idimo. I've never seen him before, even though I'm in Wuri West. But I'm sure with our campaign in the field, we are going to make it. It's not a doubt.
You talk about 20 years being in Douala, not seeing him active in the field like a parliamentarian.
That is it.
Maybe you are the only one who've not been seeing him. Others have been seeing him. Reason why they gave him the power 5 years ago.
Giving the power 5 years ago doesn't mean that he's active. He can be there, but he doesn't do what the population wants. He doesn't do what the population expect him to do. So he can be there and doing for himself and not for the population.
And he's still getting their trust.
And I don't think he has their trust. He has no trust because we have gone around. We have gotten the people's opinion, and we know that he doesn't have any. They don't have any trust in him.
The trust the trust for him from the population.
From the population
in the course of these 5 years.
10 years. He has been in 2 mandates.
Yes, we talk about 2 mandates for people to vote in somebody, and in the next run, if the person comes as an incumbent, gets to campaign, vote again. The people must have the trust. The people must have reasons why they voted him, and surprisingly, might want to vote him again this year.
No, it's not only that people voted him as a SDF party or candidate for the legislative in Wuri West, but I believe we know that there are things that can be possible that don't need to be possible. Because if somebody is not good in the field, I don't see why they should vote him for the second time in mandate.
All right, we come back to what you're holding. That is, you think he's not been present in the field, and you have been present in the field. How present have you been in Wuri West?
Present in the field in the sense of the elections this year, or from when he has been a candidate, or been in the seat.
You have identified loopholes, challenges, or weaknesses of the incumbent. And now you are coming in proposing something new to the people, something special, something you think might convince him. Now the question is, how well have you and your main candidate, that is substantive candidate, been on the field in Wuri West?
Actually, I can say vehemently that with the parliamentary elections and municipal elections this year, I am standing in as an alternate candidate for my partner,
yes,
Mr. Fanja Gabriel, whom I know he's a person who is of action, because looking at his manifesto, it says the theme of his slogan says, react in another form within the interest of the people. If somebody says react in another form, therefore, for the past years, nobody has ever reacted for the population and for the people. So I believe his slogan is something that we can take into consideration, because he's for the people and not for himself.
Yes, it's just about the slogan. You know,
the slogan and what he is planning for the population of Wuri West. He has put it into 4 pillars. The first pillar is to react with the population in their own interest, particularly the Bayam Selam, the commoners in the field, and the youths. For example, for the youth, we were 2 days ago, were for campaign at by the seashore, where we met those guys who are scooping sand, and they were very happy to receive us, because even the outgoing parliamentarian who was there has never made a jest. He has been promising, but he has never realized it. But we have told those people that we are going to the grassroots to see that the commoners are going to be helped, be supported, you know, in their actions. This is modernization period, and we have to do with electronics and everything that has to go with modernization. So we think that if they are carrying sand with their hands, we have to look for another means to make them to have a better, more way of making how they can scoop their sand. You know, rather than carrying with their hands, we can use another method, because they asked for us for an engine, a machine that can help them to carry their sand, which we are ready to give them. In fact, we go now to the Bayam Salam. The whole of today I've been in the markets to see the Bayam Salam. Everybody, we talk to them, we tell them our intentions, they give us their own intentions. Most of the markets in Wuri 4, they don't have toilets. Most of the markets, they don't have water. Women are suffering under the sun. They need a better life to live, even though they are Bayam Salams. So we give them our objectives, that we are ready to help them in our own way. We are for the people. With my candidate, I think they will have a better life in future.
You promising them things that you intend to do when you have voted.
Yeah, when we have voted and we know they are going to vote us, we have confidence in ourselves, and the population is there. We have gone around. We started the campaign.
And if you are not voted, you will not give
that
them
one.
Things.
We are sure we are going. I'm not doubting my words. I don't mix my words. I am there. We are there for them, and we know we are going to do it, and we are going to make it come 9 February 2020.
You know, in Cameroon, there is a mindset of people have that's a mentality. They see politicians as people who come to give promises when they need you guys to vote for them, and when they are voted, they go away and only turn after 5 years, after 7 years, to tell you people, vote for me, vote for me.
Actually, Mr. Journalist, is what they are saying in the field. But I'm talking to myself today as Madam Mary Tambe. And I've told the population, I don't go for negativity. I go for positivity. And what they know me, I'm a popular person. As a proprietor of schools, they know me. I don't know my capability, know what I can do. And I cannot stand for somebody who is not positive in his life. I go for somebody who, and I know Papa Fanja Gabriel very well, and I know what he can do. He's not a man who is hungry. Most people, the Cameroonians, they are a little bit blind. They don't know what they want. Let us go for what we want. The problem is not Pobi and Yaoundé, the problem is us. Because they deceive us with rice, bags of rice. They deceive us with bottles of beer. That's the way life should end. We should know that we Cameroonians will know what we want. I know what I want. I'm an intellect and I know what I want for the people. And they know that where I stand for positivity and not negativity. And when I say something, they know me, my parents know me. Even in my schools, my parents know that I don't do things without actions.
When you say Cameroonians are kind of blind, what do you mean?
I mean that they don't really understand when it's politics. We know that they have been used to, that anybody that comes and talk to them and deceive them, they go, they don't come back. That is their mentality. They don't know that they have to think. In English words, they say, think before you leap. You must know what you are going for and know why you are going for it.
Madam Tambe Mary, what have you, before the announcement of these elections, been able to do in your constituency, be it you or your substantive candidate? I'm talking about your main candidate, under which you are running as alternate candidate. How have you been working with these people to see a better life? Are you not just coming now as most other persons who only appear when they need the vote of the people?
No, I have been in politics since 2002, and Mr. Fanja Gabriel, who is my subsistent candidate, has been my mentor in politics. So our activities in the field since 20th of December, we started with the subsections. We have 31 subsections in Wuri West. We have visited 29 of them who accepted to receive us. Because of the problem that we have in Douala and Wuri West, 2 of them refused to receive us under the section president of Wuri West, under his order. But after the police intervened, we had to go down to the field. So visiting 31 or less than 30 subsections in Wuri West is a big game. And we know with them, we have confidence in them. Then after the subsections, we went down now to the chiefdoms and the subordinates. Then we had to form fan zones to help us to penetrate our messages to the field. As I'm talking to you now, I'm just from the field to visit the markets and family groups, which they are still on the field. I just came to answer my call. So I think that with all what we have done and put in place, we have positive response.
Now you're talking about subsections of the ruling CPDM political party. Don't you need votes from other militant supporters of other political parties, or even people who have not been voting but who are eligible to vote?
We want everybody to vote for CPDM this year and have 100%. That's what I'm saying. I started with our subsections because they are the core of our party. Now, after the subsections, we went now to visit the chiefdoms and their subordinates. Then, the third point in it, we went now to form fan zones which have to penetrate, and the fan zones are not only members who are in CPDM. Fan zones are made up of people in the quartier, the various quartiers in West. Then we are going now door-to-door campaign to meet the people and talk to them. And we have met people of SDF and other parties that we have tried to convince, and I'm saying that we are sure of 100%.
And convincing them that we are the right person.
That is it.
That's just that we are the right person.
Yes, right person to give them our own objectives, what we have for the population, and they know our objectives and they accept it. What we have to do for them. It is left for us now with that confidence that they bestow on us to achieve and to see what we can do for the population. I think when it is done like that, if they vote us, and we have 100% come 9 February 2020, we know we are going to do what we have done, we have to do for them, and with that confidence, they will continue to vote us for the next mandate.
And finally, before we go, you are coming to talk to the people at a time when you within the ranks of the CPDM party is having, you at the level of Wuri West, you are having an issue with the section president. To a point that the section president will ask some subsections at least 2 of them out of the huge number in Vuri West not to receive. It wasn't wise even to be able to get the support of everyone within the party, like cleaning your house better before you move out.
Actually, you know, in life it's not really easy to convince everybody. There are those who are for and there are those who are always against. You just have in literature pros and cons. You cannot be able to, you know, ask everybody to vote for you or to accept you. Some people know why. The majority is for us, the minority is not for us. But they know why. They're coming one after another to come and see us. As I'm talking to you, they were here this morning in our office, where we have our head office at Kafrat, to come and see us. They know the reason why they did not receive us at that particular moment, but now they are coming to see us. So I think everything is put in place, and peace, I'm sure, has to reign.
Madam Mary Tambe Agbo Sangaya, last words to the people of our constituency before you leave Equinoxe.
My dear Cameroonians, and I want to tell you people that on the 9th of February we are going for the parliamentary and the municipal elections, and in Wuri West we have 2 of these papers. We have the white one, the white plain paper that has 41 candidates for municipal and 2 candidates for the legislative. So I want to say what we wish the Wuri West candidates or the electorals to do is that they should vote for us massively so that we can win come 9 February 2020. With all the confidence bestowed on them, I know we are going to make it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Mary Agbo Sankaya, she is the alternate parliamentary candidate for Vuri West, that's in the littoral region of Cameroon. Thanks for accepting to join.
Thank you very much. Thanks for everything.
Ladies
and I wish you the best.
We thank you so very much for staying with us. Stay in the company of other interesting programs on your #1 television channel across Cameroon.